Good morning. Whew. Welcome to the fucking yoga company. No, not that kind of yoga. My name is Julia, and this is a Viniyoga practice. So Viniyoga is a therapeutic style of yoga that concentrates on treating your spine and your joints with care. Designed to protect those things and increase the health of those parts of your body. The focus is on slow movement and connecting your breathing to the movement of the body. So I'm going to cue that breath throughout our practice today. And that's all I've got. I'm going to start. So I'm in the middle of getting my house ready to sell, and my brain, I think, just vapor locked there for a minute. So hopefully the breathing and the movement will get me back into my mojo, into my groove. Okay, so we're gonna start in comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Taking a moment, it could be one leg in, one leg out. We're gonna be moving around in some different ways, but we are gonna start seated today. So let us just take a moment or two to pull our attention and awareness from the external to the internal. Taking a quick scan of the body. We wanna check in, stay in quality of the physical form. What is playing out on your body from the week? What have you been doing? What are you feeling? And now let's move that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking and check in. What is hanging on from the week? Maybe your to-do list is already getting going. Mine was for a minute and now it's disappeared, which is a good thing for a while. What are you already trying to plan for the weekend? Let's slide all of those things off to the side and create a nice, clear, open field of thought for practice today. We're going to move that silence into the awareness of our breath. Traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out of the lungs. We always breathe into and out of the lungs. Oh my gosh, it's going to be that kind of day. In yoga, we traditionally breathe into and out of the nose. If you are having any kind of sinus issues, just find a way to breathe. We're just going to notice the state and quality of our breath at this particular moment in time. Colorado is in the middle of a big wildfire and we are in the middle of a pandemic. I myself am recovering from the COVID. So we are all in different places in terms of the health of our lungs. We're going to invite that breath to go a little bit longer and a little bit deeper. We're just going to start warming up the lungs. We're not actually going to work through what I'm calling the ocean swelling breath. When we work through the Pilates or the flow, we'll add that on later. Just now, I want you to find a nice balance rhythm between the inhale and exhale and just really pay attention to the movement of the body. Which muscles are activating? Where are you feeling the breath, the mechanics of the breath? So let's take a few of those. So we're going to start exhaling by exhaling all the air out of the lungs. And we're going to work into our that ocean swelling Viniyoga breath. So let's start by cueing that and getting a few rounds of breath in, and then we're going to add some arm movement, and then we're going to move through our seated work, and then we'll shift our positions. But let's exhale all the air out of the lungs, and we're going to start the inhale through the chest. We want to draw the breath under the ribs, and then inhale the lungs into the space of the belly. And then we're going to release the lungs from the bottom, taking that breath through the ribs and then letting it go out at the last under the chest. So let's just start that inhale, and we're going to gradually grow it through the ribs and down into the cavity of the belly. And then releasing, exhale from the belly first, up through the ribs, and then letting the chest and the shoulders relax. And now let's gradually deepen that breath until you reach the space where you actually have to hold for a pause to shift into the next action. So there's going to be an inhale and then just a momentary beat at retention before we exhale. And there'll be a momentary beat at suspension before we inhale. So we're going to work through that breathing rhythm and get about 3 of those started. And then we're going to add a movement of the arms. And with the next inhale, we're going to add our sweep of the arms, but let's initiate with the breath first. Slowly add that sweep of the arms. Connect the speed of the movement of the body to the length and balance of that breath. We're going to draw the elbows back with our exhale. And now with the inhale, we're just going to reach the arms forward. Just the length of the arms. And then exhale, let's draw those elbows down by the rib cage and pull them back. Inhale, we're just extending the length of the arms. Exhale, drawing those elbows back. We're going to draw back with our inhale, and we're going to raise the arms or draw back with the exhale, raising the arms up with the inhale. And we're going to head for a forward fold, but we're going to move in repetition. So just release with the exhale, follow with the chin, roll through the shoulders. And now we're going to inhale. Lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the body, slowly sweep those arms up. And we're going to do that again. So we're just moving through repetition. You're connecting the exhale to the bow. Start with the inhale. Initiate with the breath first as we inhale up, unwinding the body and reaching to the ceiling. 2 more, just like that, in that exact rhythm. One more time. Now we're going to release those arms down to the sides. And if you happen to be sitting cross-legged, let's extend the legs. Take a little rock side to side. And then we're going to rest here. So relax the energy of the breath. Just take a moment to notice the energy through the arms, where we're feeling response in the shoulders, maybe in the low back or the hips. We're going to take the left leg out at a diagonal. We're going to bring the right leg into a comfortable bend. So it doesn't have to be tucked up underneath your pubic bone. Just a comfortable angle will be fine. We're going to work some twists and we're going to work it in both directions. So we're going to work asymmetric or symmetrically. And we're going to be doing a little arm wrap. I just needed to make sure what we were going to do with the arms. So we're going to reach around with the arms, take the hand across the leg, give yourself a little draw, and then we'll unwind, and we're going to take it across the knee and give yourself a little draw. So that's the movement. We're going to connect that to our rhythm of breath. We're going to take an inhale up. So we'll add this extension of the arm, and then we're going to sweep around just like that. So that's where we're going to go. So let's exhale all the air out of the lungs. And let's start our rhythm of breath with that inhale up under the chest. We'll take 3 of those ocean swelling breaths to get into our rhythm, and then we'll add our movement. All right, with the next inhale, let's take our arms up for the sweep. Exhale, I'm going to turn toward the legs, so just let those arms windmill around. Take that twist, tuck the arm back behind the waist, inhaling. And now we're going to turn toward the knee. Start adding that little deeper, a little deeper turn of the head as we move through these twists, taking the gaze to the corner of the eye and reaching that chin around toward the shoulder. This will be our last round in that twist toward the knee. We're going to release to center, bring that extended leg out and unwind the knee. Let's take little rock side to side. And now we're just going to take a few resting breaths. Notice the energy now through the body. Where are you feeling a response to the movement and the breath? We're going to bring the right foot back up and in. I'm just going to rest it on my calf, maybe on the inside of my knee. Actually, I'm going to go to the inside of my knee. Square the body up. So make sure those hips are not tilted to the left or right. When we bring that knee up, we might tend to shift over toward the right. So make sure that you're feeling square beneath the hips. We're going to take the left arm back and tuck it right around the waistband. We're going to work through our repetitions here. So we're going to inhale and fold. So let's start with exhale, exhaling all the air out of the lungs. And now let's begin that swelling ocean breath. As you inhale, initiate with the inhale, and then we're going to extend the right arm. And exhale, we're going to take a little fold. Inhaling, start that inhale first. And lift, unwind the body. Let's open these shoulders, take a little reach back with that elbow. Let's come on up. This inhale, we're going to exhale, unwind the arms, release it out. Take that right leg straight, little rock side to side, and let's take our resting breath right here. Noticing where you're feeling some response to that movement. I'm going to take the right leg back in again, and there's two ways to do this. So you can tuck it in a little closer to the pubic bone if you've got that room. Ideally, we're going to rest the outside top of the foot, kind of in half lotus, and you'll see my knee is going to be really far up. We're going to rest that foot right on top of the quad at some angle. So you can be right out by the knee. In fact, I'm going to leave my ankle right above my knee to keep that angle safe and comfortable for my right knee. This is my weaker side. And we're going to take a twist and a stay. So we're going to take an inhale up. And now we're going to twist toward that knee, and I'm going to leverage myself. So let's take the back hand and press up away from the floor to keep the spine as long as we possibly can. I'm going to leverage around. I'm going to hook my fingers on the left arm around the front of that knee, and now I'm going to look back over the top of my shoulder. So we're just stretching here, keeping the body long. We're going to inhale and unwind just a tad, because it's hard to take a deep inhale when we're twisting, and exhale, let's add that leverage. Inhaling and leverage. And one more time. Slowly, slowly, slowly unwind. I'm going to lengthen that leg out. Take a little rock side to side. And let's just take some easy breath to center, relaxing through and noticing now the energy in the body. All right, we're going to take the left leg out to a comfortable angle, and that's not the left leg. Take the right leg out to a comfortable angle. We're going to take the left knee into a comfortable bend, and we're going to add our symmetrical twisting. So let's start with our inhales and exhales first. And then with your next inhale, let's sweep those arms up. Now I'm going to turn toward my knee first. So let's just take that wrap around, and we're just drawing those arms around. Inhaling, unwinding. Exhaling. Now add that a little bit of extra turn of the head to take your gaze into the corner of the eye and over the shoulder, keeping tall through the spine. We want to keep that space between those vertebrae so we're not crunching those vertebral phalanges. Coming on up, we're going to release into this exhale and we're going to unwind. So let's lengthen that leg out. Take a little rock side to side. And let's take our resting breaths. Now we're paying attention to the energy of the body and the response we're getting from the breath and the movement. I'm going to bring my left foot in. So my right leg is fully extended out straight ahead. Make sure my hips stay square, placing my left foot to the inside of my leg somewhere. I'm going to tuck my right hand back around that waistband. I'm going to rock the shoulder back, and I want to release the other shoulder. We're going to inhale up. Let's take our extension, and we're going to add these folds. We're going to take two more. And let's release. Let's unwind as we come up and let everything go. Let's take that knee out. Take a little rock side to side. And we're just going to rest. Take some notice of our response. All right, I'm going to take my left leg and tuck my left ankle right at the top of my knee. I'm going to inhale and start that stretch up toward the ceiling. And now we're going to reach around for that twist. So this is where we're going to hold in our repetition. So let's engage the right hand around the back of the left knee, press up and into the back of the, press up and into the left arm. And we're going to turn the head and look deeply that shoulder. Inhaling, we're unwinding a little bit so that we can take that deep breath. And we're going to exhale as we twist. One more time. Let's unwind it. I'm going to slowly help that leg out. Take a little rock side to side and take these few breaths. All right, we're going to move to our backs. And I'm gonna, let's see, I forgot my water. If you have your water, grab a quick drink. Just taking a moment to make sure you've got some room behind your head. We're gonna work through some cobbler, some figure four with a different leg position. So make sure you're comfortable on the mat. You've got some room behind your head. We're gonna take a little rock side to side. Sorry, I gotta check. All righty. So we're going to take a little active pelvic, well, it's not really active bridge. We're going to take some pelvic tilts. I'm feeling a lot of energy through my hip, the outside of my hip, and my right in my lower lumbar. So we're going to work through that, and then we're going to add the extension of our legs. So let's just take our arms are at our resting side. We're going to take a little, just checking on the time, releasing the hands down to the hips, open up those shoulders. Your feet are in a good position close to the glutes, but a little wider probably than normal. We're balancing the activity, not the activity, the energy of the knees. Don't let the knees flare out or flare in. So keep them active and parallel. Here we go. We're going to take an exhale to start. And now as we inhale, we're going to press into the feet. We tilt the tailbone up. Lift the hips, now the waistband. We're just going mid-rib. And then we're going to slowly release down with the exhale. Start with the exhale first and then let the body follow. We'll take one more repetition. Release the body, the weight of the body into the mat. We're just taking a rest here. Noticing the energy in the low back and the hips after that bridge. Well, that's actually a pelvic tilt, but that's okay. Just checking where we're going here. All right. So we're gonna work a little figure four, but it's gonna be different than we normally do. So normally we move our feet, our supporting leg from the mat toward our body. And today we're gonna work a little leg extension where, and I'll just talk us through it. So I'm gonna start by taking my left ankle across my right knee. And I'm gonna just float that knee straight above the hip. So I'm really in neutral position here, but I have to engage my core to hold my legs up. I'm gonna start with an inhale. So let's exhale all the air out of the lungs. And let's initiate that inhale. And then we're gonna extend the right leg gently. You're gonna feel that press toward the body. And it's just a gentle stretch through the lumbar. Exhaling, we're gonna slowly bend the knee. And now we get to draw a little more pressure toward that ankle. Inhaling, we're just lengthening up. Initiate the exhale as we draw that toe down. And then give me a little bit more squeeze toward the body. Inhaling, extend. And exhaling. Let's take this last inhale. And now I am going to thread the needle. So I want you to take your fingers, wrap them through, and take the back side of that thigh and draw some leverage toward the body. And now we're just breathing and holding here. Release that heel down. Take the hands from behind or from the thread of the needle, draw them around the knees, give that leg a little squeeze. And let's release the feet to the mat. We're going to take a few resting breaths here. Notice the energy in the hip. That was really high up in my glute med into my QLs. All right, let's scooch the heels toward our hips. We're going to take our pelvic tilts. So we're just taking a little release in between the energy. So let's exhale all the air out of the lungs. And with that inhale, let's press into the heels. Lift the tailbone, lift the hips, lift the waist just to the ribs. And slowly, slowly exhale as we release down into the tailbone. And we're going to release down. Let's take some resting breaths here. Just notice the energy in the hip and the low back. All right, I'm going to cross my right ankle over the left knee. I'm just going to float that knee right off the mat. So the knee is at 90 degrees above my hip. And now we're going to exhale all the air out of the lungs. Let's start that extension. Let's inhale. Exhaling, release the toes down, draw the knee in. Inhale, lengthen that leg gently. Zero energy in that leg. We're just moving the toe, floating it through the air. Okay, we're gonna extend that toe, and now I'm gonna thread the needle. So I'm coming through to wrap my hands around the back of my thigh, and now I'm gonna give myself a little leverage against that leg. And let's breathe. I'm gonna slowly release the toe with my next exhale. Take the hands around the knees, draw them up for a little hug. And then let's release those feet to the mat. We're gonna just rest our feet on the mat. Take that relaxed, intuitive inhale and exhale. And notice now the energy in the body. All right, we're gonna slide the feet a little closer to the glutes. Let's press the soles of the feet together. Well, I lied. We're gonna keep our feet on the mat. We're gonna work this active cobbler's pose, and then we're gonna take a stay. So relax the shoulders. Hands can be wherever is comfortable for you. We're gonna exhale all the air out of the lungs and start with the inhale. As we inhale, we're just rocking those feet to the sides, letting the knees hang out. As you exhale, press the hips into the mat, press the waistband into the mat, draw the knees carefully toward each other. Just move like that, inhaling. Remember to initiate the exhale before we draw up. Initiating the inhale before we release. We're going to take 2 more repetitions. All right, we're gonna press the soles of the feet together. Let's let those knees relax toward the floor. And now we're gonna take a nice long 6 to 8 breath stay. If you're feeling a twinge or you're feeling a sharp spike of energy, just take a little rock side to side with the knees and work that through with the breath. So let's start that breathing. 3 more deep, balanced breaths. Slide the hands down towards the legs. Let's help those legs up. Ooh. I'm gonna lengthen the legs and we're gonna take our resting breath. So let's just take a little rock with the hips. And now let's notice the energy through the legs, from the knees into the low back and up into the ribs. Bring those feet up. We're going to float the knees above our hips. We're going to take our twists. So we're going to start with a half twist. So let's just float those knees right above the hips. Press the knees together. Relax the energy out of the feet. I'm going to open arms up, palms toward the ceiling in an A frame. And we're going to just work our half twists. So we're starting with an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to draw over and stop about 45 degrees. Inhaling, slowly draw up, keeping those knees pressed together. Exhaling, let's draw over halfway. All right, we're going to come up through center and head to that first side. But we are going to slow this exhale down and we're going to go slow. I want you to just slowly work those knees toward the floor. And then if you need to add a little extra leverage, take that left hand over the top of the right knee. And we're just going to breathe as best we can in this day. And now with our next inhale, engage the core. Come on up through center. We're going to slow. So slow, so slow. Squeeze those knees together, but work through the full extension in the slowest way possible. And now draw that shoulder back, the left shoulder back. Rest the right hand over the top of the knees. With the next inhale, engage the core. Bring those knees up. We're going to draw fingertips over the tops of the kneecaps. We're going to work a little bit of Apanasana. We're going to do this in a little different way today. So let's draw knees toward the ribs. Inhale, sorry about that, that's Vinton. We're going to lower the toes to the mat and now slide those legs out and take that stretch. Let's reach the arms up. So we're working the full body here. Exhale, draw arms down, slide feet up. Take the hands up to the knees and draw in. Inhaling, just lower the toes, lower the hands. Now lengthen arms, lengthen legs. Two more, just like that. Bring those knees in, give them a squeeze. Take just a gentle rock side to side. All right, we're gonna release the feet to the mat and work our way towards Shavasana. So think about the energy in the body and where you're at in terms of low back and hips. I think I am gonna lengthen legs, take that little extension through the lumbar. We're going to start working our way into our breath for final relaxation. Taking that soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. Let's pull that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our forehead. All those tiny little muscles and nerve endings. You want to relax that energy out and feel the temples slide toward the floor. Let's unclench the teeth and feel soft through the face. Relax the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Relax through the sides of the neck and let those shoulders get heavier toward the mat. Relax through biceps and triceps and down through the space of the elbow. Feel soft through the forearms and into the fingers. Maybe a little wiggle. Roll the wrists, and now let the arms relax completely into the floor. Let's let the shoulder blades get a little heavier. Feel long and spacious through the space between the ribs, through the length of the spine, down into the tailbone. Relax the glutes. Release the energy out of the quads. Feel that softness travel around the back of the leg, through the space of the knee. Maybe a little flexion in the calves, a little wiggle of the toes, and then let's let the energy drain out of the lower body. Pulling our attention and awareness into the space and quality of our thinking, let's clear out some things. There might be a little drag on our attention. Maybe some things in our to-do list are trying to push their way into our frame. Let's slide those things off to the side. And hold this silence. We're going to relax the tongue away from the roof of the mouth, let the emotions relax, and let's just breathe. Let's draw some deeper breaths into lungs, big filling inhales, big sighing exhales. Little wiggle of the fingers, rolling the wrists. I'm going to lengthen my legs, little wiggle of the toes, roll the ankles. Reaching those arms out, take a nice big open stretch with the arms. I'm going to bring the knees up slowly and take one in each hand, give them a squeeze. I'm going to take a little rock side to side, rolling from one hip, cross the lower lumbar to the other. Until you're ready to rock completely over to one side, resting your head on your arm. And now I'm going to slowly lengthen my top leg, working my hands toward my hips under the torso to peel myself back up. Coming back to comfortable seated position, recentering the weight, little rock side to side, roll those shoulders back. I'm going to lean in one direction, tucking my fingers over my knees, slowly bowing through and leaning in the other direction. Settling the weight to center. Let's stack shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. Let's take a scan of the body. Checking in state and quality of the physical form. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. Let's check in. We can start letting some of those things that need our priority attention back into the queue. A little bit of elbow room. And finally, let's just check in with that natural intuitive rhythm of breath. It's what carries us through our day. We generally don't pay attention to it until it's compromised in some way. We want to give it a little respect. And then let's release practice. Taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do. All the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. I'm going to take this nice, lovely stretch up to the ceiling. I kind of forgot that part. Ooh, I'm feeling groovy. Nice big release. Thank you very much for supporting the online gig at the fucking yoga company. I appreciate it. My name is Julia. If you have any questions, you can email me at yoga@jclynn.com. You can hit the website up, thefnyogablog.com. I'm going to be sending out another newsletter it's kind of I guess it's past mid-August, but just keeping you guys informed about what's going on with me, what's going on with the company, what's going on with our move. Let's see, if you're watching this in real time or before August 29th, there's a foam roller workshop there. If you're a sustaining or loyal member, you've received a discounted link. If you want to just try that out, there is a purchase link on the calendar, August 29th at 10:30. Let's see. that's all I've got, I think. Happy Friday. It is a Friday in this particular moment in the space-time continuum. And hey, be well, be kind, wash your hands. Thanks for supporting my online groove, keeping me safe, keeping you safe, and keeping our groove going. Some days it's easy, some days that's hard. Hey, thanks for stopping by. And that's all I got. Now I'm just chattering.